3,
4, 5, 6.
Okay. Because of COVID-19 in March 2020, the world and life as we know it stood still all around us. But for healthcare and frontline workers, life had to continue despite the risk of contracting such a scary, unknown virus, from healthcare workers to truck drivers to postal workers to grocery store employees, for which I personally know one of each. We all had to adjust to the overwhelming pandemic that set in around us. The fear of always tried to overcome the bravery, but these essential employees adapted and kept going. The professionals in these occupations could have never seen such a pandemic coming. While most of the world stayed home, these positions that the essential employees work in did not have that option. Nurses, doctors, and all ancillary employees had to take care of the exposed and possible positive patients. The professional drivers were the supply line across America, providing goods and essentials needed for everyday American to survive, providing personal PPE to the healthcare workers, with the demand spiking in a way that nobody ever saw coming. Postal workers had to continue to deliver federal mail, where most Americans get their prescriptions and other goods delivered through the mail. Stores were selling out of a lot of items quickly, so people had to resort to ordering online. Grocery employees were still needed to run the corporate chains that we all rely on for everyday needs. From cashiers to cart pushers, everyone had a job. They played a part in keeping the chaos under control. A lot of store employees helped with the regulations of quantities on items that were being bought up so quickly. These items such as toilet paper, hand soaps, and sanitizers. Healthcare professionals had to be directly on the front lines of those confirmed cases of COVID. These employees had to adapt to the new regulations the CDC put out almost daily, and how to protect themselves as well. For the professional drivers, the demand for personal protective equipment, medication, and life-saving devices became somewhat near their responsibility to provide. Most would have to cross state lines, deliver in high exposure areas, completely at the mercy of the PPE that may or may not have been provided to them. Postal workers delivering mail had no idea that the virus might be on the objects that they were delivering or the cardboard that they were touching. Grocery store employees were exposed to so many people that huge corporations decided to close or shorten their hours. The stores which chose to stay open had to build structures to protect their employees and reduce the exposure to the customers. All essential employees went through life-changing experiences. Most working people these days have never experienced a pandemic. This included the occupations that listed and all others that matter as well. Policy changes were daily, and government regulations are ever-changing as new research came available. Ways to protect yourself were constantly adjusting, depending on the number of confirmed cases in your community. Safer at home orders are slowly being lifted, but have yet to return to normal, if at all. A positive throughout all the research is that survival rates are decreasing rapidly, and the threat of COVID-19 to all Americans, not just the essential employees, has decreased. I choose to commemorate essential employees all over the world because they are the ones who did not have a choice to brave the storm. Don't get me wrong, all non-essential employees played their part by staying at home, and for that I applaud them. But for each shift, always fearing the worst and wondering if that chill that you have might be a fever that you contracted while supporting your family. Always scared you might bring home the virus. It's a fear we must overcome, and as a whole to find our new normal. Thank you.